Hey, friends. I'm going to wait a second to see if anybody pops in here to chat. I had a couple of questions from a subscriber and somebody over on my Facebook page. Debbie Haney wrote me on yesterday's video, and she said, I hear people talk about Simply Filling, but I don't know what it is, and can you do a vlog or live stream explaining it? And someone's calling me. And then I had, let's see, who was the other person? Let me see. I had somebody else over on Facebook say, I can't remember who it was, but asked me what Simply Filling was. And since I was doing a week of it, I thought this would be a good time to just like chit chat with you guys and make sure you're up to speed and you know what Simply Filling is. So, hey, Janice and Stephanie and Monica, pop on and say hi if you're here with me. So I am not a Simply Filling expert. If you've watched my vlogs, you've seen me, experiment with it a couple of times this time around. Now, I did used to do something called Core. That was years and years ago. I'm not exactly sure. They switched from Core and they called it something else, but the rules have changed a little bit. Back when I did Core, you could only have cereal once a day, I think, and it had to be with yogurt or fat-free milk. And I think maybe you could only have pasta once a day, or like pasta or rice once a day. And I don't remember the old rules, but they were more specific. In fact, I seem to remember a long time ago when this no count method came out, you could initially have avocados. Do you guys remember? So that was a long time ago. I love Simply Filling now because I love most of the foods on it. And I think that it's really conducive to people that like to eat. Like you could definitely do like Whole30. You could do, Whole30, you're not going to eat the processed breads and things, but you could definitely implement it that way if you want. But it's a cool way to sort of do no count and then eat until you're satisfied. So, hey, Diane and Lori and Stephanie and Myrna and Brenda and Lisa and PSU Girl and Monica and True Treats. Hey, guys. So, because I've had a couple of weeks of, I had cake, multiple bouts of cake, and then we traveled, we had graduation. I just feel like I haven't been doing you guys know how I like to eat, and I like to eat more whole, healthy stuff. I try to eat pretty healthy. And so I just feel like I've been eating more like, I don't know, not so much processed, but just stuff that isn't really serving my body. Just like empty calories. That's how I'll put it, empty calories. And so I thought it'd be fun to go back on Simply Filling and try to get myself back in line. So anyway, if you go to meetings, you can pick up this brochure. It's the Simply Filling brochure. It says, if counting smart points values isn't your thing, try the Simply Filling technique. And it's basically 3 pages, 1, 2, 3 of information. Very basic. So if you want to do Simply Filling, it makes a lot of sense to go on YouTube, to go on Facebook, and to go and connect and get some support from people that are doing it that are experts. I'm not an expert, so I'm just going to tell you kind of what I know so far. You can change your app in your phone to reflect that you've changed to Simply Filling. But there's a couple of issues with that. Let me show you guys. I'm going to try to do it for you if I can actually see my phone. I got to go get my eyes checked and get some bifocals. When you have changed your app and you look up a food that is Simply Filling, can you guys see the green dots? Instead of getting a, sir, your motorcycle is too loud. Instead of getting points values, you'll get a little green dot, and that's how you know it's Simply Filling. Now, some things that are Simply Filling don't scan as Simply Filling. They don't come up as Simply Filling, but they meet the criteria. So if anybody wants to moderate for me, let me know, because, you know, things get cuckoo over here on my channel. Hey, Susan, Harold, and Brenda, and Jill Wilbur. Hey, Jill, I haven't seen you in a while. Or maybe I have, and I've lost my mind. So let me show you on the app. If you go to the little plus sign on the app, right? The plus sign right here. Can I point to it? No, apparently not. Sorry. If you hit that, it will go to settings. Sorry, I'm trying to. No, it goes to, it doesn't do that. What does it go to? Am I crazy? Yes. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. Talk amongst yourselves. My brain is a little fried today, you guys. So, oh no, it's not that. It's profile. I'm sorry. Profile. Let's see. Profile and then settings. The little, whatever you want to call that button. You hit settings right there. Then when you go to settings, it's going to go to your food settings. And from there, once you hit food settings, and this is in the Android, I don't know if iPhone is the same, you're going to switch your method to Simply Filling. Do you guys see how I've done that? Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, go to your profile. Just so you know, when you do that, I'm sorry that my laptop is jiggling. When you do that, it will mess up your weekly points if you do it in the middle of the week. It will really mess things up. So it really is best to do it in terms of the app if you do it on the day that you weigh in, when you start the week fresh. And then it works better in the app if you don't flip-flop back and forth. If you plan on doing Simply Filling on a Monday, then on a Tuesday, you're going to go back to counting points, which you can do. You can switch from day to day. It used to be you had to switch from week to week. But if you switch from day to day and you switch it in the app, your app is going to be completely messed up. So you might have to paper track. Right? Anybody want to weigh in? Oh, Donna, thank you. I got my nails done. Did I tell you guys that? They're not going to last. This was a... They're too expensive. I really should. I just can't spend $40 to get my nails done every few weeks. But it is fun to have them done for a little bit. Okay, so look, I'm like a QVC nail model. It tells you the basics right here in this little pamphlet. I will read it to you. So they created a no-count technique for members who don't like to track, which, you know, you do Freestyle. There's a lot of things you don't have to track on Freestyle. Or it's for those who just want to try something different, which is me. I just like to try something different every once in a while. To follow it, you eat from the list on this sheet. And they give you all the foods that are no count on this sheet. And it's very generalized. So you've got your seasonings and condiments. Things on there that you would have to count on Freestyle are ketchup. So that's nice. And then, like, you know, there's not really a lot of other stuff. Let's see. Taco sauce, I think, might have points on Freestyle. Your beverages are the typical coffee, tea, diet soda, club soda, seltzer. Your lean proteins. So this is where your list gets a little bit longer than Freestyle. You know, Freestyle is like fish, shrimp, chicken, fat-free turkey. I'm sure I'm leaving eggs. This is chicken, turkey, beef, lamb, pork, including ham with less than 700 milligrams of sodium per 2-ounce serving. Veal, lean trimmed with all skin removed. I mean, those are a lot of different meat options. You can also have luncheon and deli meats, reduced sodium with 0.5 grams or less of fat per 2-ounce serving. So what I have found is, like, when I went to Aldi yesterday, I had to look at my containers, because if I scan them, it would give me points, like even in the app. But if it met the criteria on here, then it's considered Simply Filling. And that's what you'll see if you go to the Facebook groups. people will tell you the things that meet criteria. You can always ask in those groups, and they're usually very nice and will help you. Most fish and shellfish, eggs, beans, dried peas, that all sounds like Freestyle. Lentils, meat substitutes. So there's one that is not on the Freestyle list. Tonight I had Boca vegan veggie burgers for dinner, and those were on this list, so I didn't have to count them. Tofu, game meats, including buffalo, ostrich, and venison, and organ meats. Those are all simply filling. That's kind of cool. And then the other stuff that you don't have to count are whole grains, which I love this. Cold cereals, ready to eat, whole grain without dried fruit or nuts, with no more than 1 gram of sugar, and with 3 grams or more of fiber per serving. So that's considered simply filling. And remember, it's always good to start with 1 serving, but you eat until you're satisfied. So the goal there is to eat portions that feel right to you, not so much that you feel stuffed, and not so little that you still feel hungry. So you're doing the soft full. I've talked about that with you guys before. Can you guys see me? Let's see. Lisa says 95% lean ground beef. Yes. And Lisa, the 93.7 lean ground beef is also in the app as simply filling, which I just found that out, which is cool. So that makes for a fun hamburger. So I like to do hamburgers with the simply filling ground beef. I do fat-free cheese, all your fruits and veggies, all your veggies on your hamburger. And then you can do ketchup. You can do the fat-free mayonnaise. You can do mustard. And then I like to do it on either a sandwich thin, or you can do it on an English muffin. That makes really good little hamburgers. So other whole grains like barley, buckwheat, bulgur, cornmeal, farro, plain air-popped popcorn, the 94% fat-free, which you saw me buy that yesterday. Quinoa, spelt, and whole wheat couscous are also simply filling, and whole grain pasta, including whole grain macaroni, noodles, and spaghetti, whole wheat pasta, gluten-free pasta, like brown rice pasta, quinoa pasta, and corn pastas. Those are all simply filling, you guys. Isn't that cool? And then hot cereal. You guys like polenta? I love polenta, which is basically like grits. Oatmeal grits, cream of rice or wheat, and 100% bran. So fat-free sour cream, simply filling. Fat-free plain yogurt, simply filling. Soy cheese, and unflavored soy milk and soy yogurt, all simply filling. So reduced calorie light bread, simply filling. Thin sandwich bread, simply filling. Reduced calorie light rolls or buns. Now, I haven't been able to find any of those. I know you guys have tried to help me with that, but reduced calorie light English muffins and reduced fat corn tortillas. So I did find that the Extreme Wellness tortillas are simply filling. The lavash bread is simply filling. The Joseph's pitas are simply filling. Those all scan. And I think the lavash bread, you have to type it in as lavash and it comes up. So, and Lisa over there is giving you guys some great tips. So check in with her on the comments. Jill Wilbur says, I could always eat. That's why I can't do simply filling. I totally agree, Jill. So I've found what works best for me is to do this for a couple of weeks. And then I like to switch back to Freestyle, honestly. So I think this is just a great option to incorporate. I still love this book. I've shown you guys this. This is old. This is the Simple Start book. If you can find this on eBay. What's great about this is it goes through basically the same simply filling this is from Points Plus, okay? But it's got tons of meals in here that fit the criteria. And what I love about this, it's got the list at the beginning, is it gives you ideas for everything, like meal ideas. And then it gives you recipes, which I love. Then it gives you these charts that help you create your meals. Can you see me? So it says, start with this, and then add this, and then add this, and then add this. and it gives you all your things that are on the Simply Filling list. And I just love that it has, you know, ideas. And then it also has meal plans. Did you guys ever have the Weight Watcher magazines that had meal plans? Like a long time ago, Weight Watchers magazine would give you a full week of meals with the points next to it. And that's what this reminds me of. There's also a shopping list on the back. So if you can find the Simple Start, Weight Watchers Simple Start, this is from the Points Plus. So remember when you get it, it's not current, but it totally fits Simply Filling. You just need to make sure you know, check all your little guidelines and stuff before you use anything like this, because this is an old program. But this gives you 2 weeks of a quick start on a Simply Filling program. And you could also use this and just count your points on Freestyle. There's a lot of Freestyle foods in this as well. So I love that little book. So there you go. I talked about it as much as I could. I would do a search here on YouTube for Simply Filling. I know Motivated Muffins has done it. I know the twins. What are their names? Shoot. The twins have done it. You guys know who I'm talking about. Transforming Melody did it. Weight Watchers Wifey did it. Like did Simply Filling. And they have all kinds of videos and recipes, and we'll show you kind of how their journeys went. And I don't know who else is doing it right now, but if you guys know of anyone who's doing it. Oh, Kim and Kelly. That's right. What's their channel name, you guys? Debbie and Jill. What's their channel name? I can't remember. So like I said, I'm going to do it this week. Try to get myself back on track. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a gain on Saturday from my shenanigans, but that's okay. I'm back on program since Saturday, and I feel great. I had a crazy first day at work. Today was my first day of trying to get the clinic open. I have a to-do list that includes a learning curve that is off the charts. So I'm having trouble getting my mind to shut down in terms of work. So I thought it'd be fun to come and talk about Weight Watchers, because this is more like a fun hobby for me. I know that sounds silly, but my YouTube channel and my Weight Watchers weight loss has been so fun for me that this actually counts as getting my mind off of things. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me tonight and letting me, you know, chit chat about this. Let's see if there's any questions. Charlotte says, "Hey, Amy, great ideas." Oh, good, Charlotte. Hopefully that will help you guys kind of clarify. If I do Simply Filling, I get a lot of questions and people don't know what it is because they don't talk about it in the meetings. You have to request this from the receptionist. And then I have found that the leaders I've asked about it, I've had 3 different leaders since I started back in the beginning of November, end of October, that I've listened to meetings in. I have one main leader, but then she's had a couple of substitutes a couple times. And they've all talked about other people that have done Simply Filling in the meeting room, but they don't actually talk about it. They don't like teach a class on it or anything. And even like if you go up and ask them, they'll say, "Oh, there's a lot of resources online and here's the brochure." My leader, the best advice that she gave me was to make sure to stop when I'm soft full. So you don't want to overstuff yourself. And Freestyle is the same idea, you guys, is that we have to learn to stop ourselves when we're satisfied. So what that looks like for me is I have to actually stop after I've eaten my first serving of stuff, whether I'm on Freestyle or Simply Filling, and I have to wait 10 to 15 minutes to see if I'm actually satisfied. Because I'm one of those people that a lot of times I don't feel satisfied with the first serving of something. I like to eat. And so I, will go back for seconds and then I'm stuffed. So I need to stop. I need to listen to those, cues that my body is sending me. And I got to eat a little bit slower and like chill out a little bit. So Anna says, "Thanks for this." You're welcome, Anna. I hope that helped you. Journey to Happy and Healthy says, "The Skinny." Oh, yeah, that's the twins. The twins are over on the Skinny on weight loss. They actually have a new video up today that I was going to go watch. I think I'm going to take a walk and go try to catch up on YouTube. Thank you, Debbie, for thinking of me. My first day was somewhat overwhelming. But but doable. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm going to have an interesting few months here. So, Jean says she gets more support here from the girls on YouTube than I do at my meetings, and she's very grateful. Jean, I feel the same way. I love the YouTube community, so I'm glad that it's helping you. It helps me all the time when I was kind of like off program and in the gray area of crazy life the last couple weeks. I kept reminding myself to stay in orbit, and I kept reminding myself of you guys and that we're all on this journey together, and I love it. I honestly love this community that we have. It's great. Okay, guys. So yeah. Thanks, Jill. I hope so. Yeah. Just remember to breathe, right, Jill? I need to like chill. I'm going to go rub myself. Actually, I'm going to go rub myself down with oil later. First, I'm going to go take a walk. So, and then I'm going to get my essential oil out. I think a couple of you guys bought essential oils from me. Thank you. Hopefully they're helping you. If so, drop me a note down below. I've been using that Balance one, and then there's one called Cheer. So I've been using those two pretty regularly, and they seem to be helping me. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get going, go take a walk. The sun's setting. It's like 100 degrees outside. So let's go sweat it out, I guess, and then put some oil on. Amy Baker says, better late than never. Hi, Amy. Good to see you tonight. I'm glad that you were on here live with me. That's so fun. Anybody whose name is Amy, I just instantly like, because we have cool names, and our names mean love. I was a child of the 70s, and so my parents named me. They didn't want to name me Love, so they named me Amy. The other option was Joy. So they were going to name me Joy. My middle name is Noel, you guys. So they were going to name me Joy Noel. I was born in October. So yeah, I'm very thankful for my name. I love the name Amy. So I will see you guys later on the channel. Right. Hey, Sullivan, I hope you're back on program today. I've been eating tomatoes today and thinking of you. So let's get back on program, Sullivan. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye. Let's figure out how to get out of this thing.